I've gone ahead and created this very dark, vampy look for you using all drugstore products. I did create another fall-inspired look earlier on my channel. If you want to see that one, you can just kind of search for fall-inspired tutorials. But this one's a little different because it's using all drugstore products. I don't think anything really costs more than $8 except for the foundation, which you'll find out which one that was in the video. Oh, and first off, can we not talk about this hair? We've had a lot of rain, a lot of thunderstorms, showers, a lot of flooding in our area, so the rain is just wreaking havoc on it, so I figured I'd try to hide it in a really crappy ponytail. But anyway, if you guys want to go ahead and get this look or see how I've created this look, just go ahead and keep watching, guys. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my primer. Obviously this isn't a real primer, it's, you know, been around the internet a lot, but this is one of my favorite ones from the drugstore. This is the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm, so I'm just going to generously apply that all over to the face. Okay, great. Now that our primer's on and our face is a little tacky, it's time to go ahead and go in with our foundation. That I'm going to be using is a Loreal Lumi Cushion. I'm in the shade N2, and I'm just going to go in. And I'm just going to go in with my Real Techniques Expert Face Blush. And then brush. Just dip it directly in the pad there. Okay, now that our foundation is down, I'm going to go ahead and go in with a concealer next. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer. I'm in the shade 20 Light. This does remind me a lot of the MAC Pro Long Concealer. I'm just going to go ahead and set this as an eye base right now. So I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to use that, kind of dot it all over the eyelid, and then blend that in. Okay, next product I'm going to go ahead and go in. I always use my eyebrows next. I'm a powder kind of girl, so one from the drugstore that I really like is the Milani Brow Fix Kit. This is honestly, I think it's a little bit light for me. It's either in the light or the blonde shade, but I'm going to go ahead and use the darker shade in the bottom and then fill in my eyebrows. Like always, I like to go in with a angled shadow brush, and this one's actually from Ulta, and it's just called their angled shadow brush. Next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is start with my eyeshadow look. I'm actually going to go ahead and go in with an all-time favorite. This is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone. Unfortunately, there's no shades no names for the shades, but each eyeshadow in the palette kind of has like what they can be used for, so you can kind of see there where it says like brow bone in the powder and things like that. And I'm going to do things a little awkward or different. I'm obviously not going to use the shadows for what they're supposed to be used for in the palette. So the first shade I'm going to go ahead and is one of the darker shades in the palette, and it's this bottom one on the right, and it says Definer in it, and I'm going to run that through the crease. Okay, the next shade I'm going to go ahead and do is go in with, let's go ahead and go in with this one right here that says Eyelid. I'm going to go in with a denser, fluffier brush and kind of blend out this dark color. So I'm going to go a little bit higher up on the brow bone. Okay, next thing I'm going to go ahead and go in is kind of do the outer edge of my eye, and I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade right here in the bottom. And I'm just going to blend that in kind of the corner of my eye. Okay, now for the main guy in the eyeshadow palette, it's this color down here. It's kind of bluish, it's kind of got a reddish brown undertone to it. Very similar to MAC Club. And I'm going to dust that all over the eyelid. I'm going to go back in with my concealer with the Maybelline Master Conceal, and I'm going to conceal under my eyes and blend that out. Again, I'm going to go ahead and dot it on the back of my hand and then just kind of dot little circles, so to speak, under my eye and blend it out a little bit that way. So this is probably a lot, but you probably don't need much for this concealer. Okay, next I don't have a translucent powder at the very moment from the drugstore, but I am going to go ahead and set everything with the Maybelline Dream Wonder, and I'm in the shade 10 Porcelain Ivory. Okay, to set under my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Wet n Wild Mega Contour MegaGlo contour palette. This is actually in the shade Caramel Toffee, but I'm just going to use the yellow shade on this side. This reminds me very much of one of the Marc Jacobs finishing filter powders, I think, or something like that, where they come in the split pans. The next product I'm going to go ahead and go in is kind of waterline my lower lash line, and I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. Brightening eyeliner pencil, and I don't believe there's a color to it. This is just one of the black ones, just a simple eye. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eyes, and I think I'm going to go ahead and go in with this color again and just run that through my lower lash line. Okay, and that's a little bit too dark for my liking, so I'm going to go ahead and go back in with this nice pinky kind of nude color there and also run that through the lash line. Try to buff out some of the darkness. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and do like a soft contour. I'm going to go in with the other Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is in the shade Dulche de Leche. I do like the shade in this one a little bit better, actually a lot better. This has got more of the warmish undertone, but not, it's more, I won't want to say ashy, but it's not as orange as the other shade in the other palette. I'm going to go ahead and take the lighter shade in this palette, and with a Makeup Geek chiseled cheek brush, I'm going to go ahead and try to clean up the contour a little bit. Okay, next product I'm going to go ahead and go in is with the Milani powder blush in the shade Romantic Rose. Okay, one of the best drugstore highlights that I found, again, is from the company Wet n Wild. This is the shimmer palette in the shade Boozy Brunch. It's kind of got a bunch of different colors, as you can tell, kind of tiger swirled in there. But once you kind of swirl them around, it's this really pretty goldish reflect down here on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and highlight with that. Yes, come through highlight. And that highlight is only like $5, so it's one that you really can't. For the eyes, you can go ahead and leave it at this if you wanted to. Obviously, I wear winged eyeliner every time I do my makeup, so I'm going to go ahead and throw on my winged eyeliner. And again, I'm just using my good old favorite e.l.f. liquid eyeliner in the shade Jet Black. Now that our eyeliner is complete, I'm going to go ahead and go in with one of my favorite mascaras. This is just the Loreal Voluminous Carbon Black. Okay, so for lips today, again, I'm going to go ahead and go with another Wet n Wild. I'm going to go ahead and go in with another Wet n Wild shade. This is in the shade Cherry Bomb. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use my NYX Retractable Lip Pen in the shade Plum. Okay, so for me, this color, it's a gorgeous color, don't get me wrong, but I want something a little bit more deep and vampy. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Transylvania. I don't like the Transylvania on its own because it's kind of a very sheer, patchy coverage, but I'm hoping over top of this lipstick, it's going to be gorgeous. Okay, guys, this is the completed look. I'll go ahead and zoom you in so you can take a peek at the eye. So that's the highlight of the show there, is that bluish red color. I did pop on some falsies, just because, you know, I figured this look is already a huge dramatic look, so why not add some more drama to it, right, guys? But if you do like this video and you do like me, we want to keep more videos coming, just hit like. So thanks for all the support, and thanks for watching this video. Thanks, guys. Bye.